So this video is on our classwork that we did today. I know I have a couple of people who are out for a little bit of time, and I have some people who may not have gotten everything down, and we did not exactly finish the last problem. So you can fast forward to whatever part of this you need. So what we're doing is, for this, we're doing a system of equations. We're going to be using this equation right here, y equal a times y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. That's standard form of a parabola. And so we are going to be substituting in the 3 points that they gave us for our x and our y. So let's say that I substitute in -1, 10. And so again, I'm putting it into the x's here and into the y. So I'm going to get 10 is equal to a times -1 squared plus b times -1 plus c. And I can clean that up to 10 equals a, because -1 squared is 1. -1 times b is going to be a -b plus c. I'm going to do the same with the next point, 1,6. I'm going to put that in, and I am again going to put it in for my y and my x's. And so when I'm doing this, I'm going to get 6 is equal to a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c. And when I clean that up, I get 6 is equal to a plus b plus c. And for the last point, okay, this point here, 3,26, I am going to have 3,26. So I get 26 is equal to a times 3 squared plus b times 3 plus c. And that's going to give me 26 is equal to 9a plus 3b plus c. So on these problems, you could eliminate any variable you want, a, b, or c. But what I will always do on these ones is, because for these, we will always have a plus c, because there's no x or y with that. I'm always going to use my c to be eliminated, okay? That's just easy math for me. So basically, I need to decide, I'm going to use one of these equations. I think I'm going to use the purple equation, and I am going to multiply that equation by a -1 and use that with the pink equation to eliminate my c, and then use that with the orange equation to eliminate my c. Okay, so let's say I take 10 equal a minus b plus c, and then I'm going to use my purple equation over here that I'm going to distribute my -1 to. So that's going to give me a -6 is equal to -a minus b minus c. And hopefully I will have my c's eliminate. And actually, in this case, I think I have more eliminated. So this is going to be 4 equal, my a's are going to cancel out. That doesn't always happen, but it does in this case. It will when you have your x as a positive and negative that are the same value. That's going to happen, okay? But it doesn't always. So on this one, I get a -b. My c's cancel out. And so I get b is equal to -2. So I get -2 as my b. So now I'm actually going to take the other equation that I did not use, the one that was orange, okay? So I'm going to take 26 is equal to 9a plus 3b plus c. And I am going to use my purple equation again, the one that I multiplied by a -1. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. And so I'm going to get -6 is equal to -a minus b minus c. I'm going to add those two equations together. And I'm going to get 20 is equal to 8a plus 2b. And so now at this point, I have this equation here that I just starred that normally would have an A and a B, but in this case, my A is also canceled out. And this equation right here that does have an A and a B. So I am going to take what I just found here, okay, and I'm going to substitute this into this equation for B. So I'm going to get 20 is equal to 8A plus 2 times negative 2. So 20 is equal to 8A minus 4. So 24 is equal to 8A. So I'm going to get A is equal to 3. So now I'm going to take those two answers, my negative B, my B, which is negative 2, and my A, that is 3, and I'm going to substitute it into either the pink or my purple or my orange. Let's say I do it into the purple, okay? It doesn't really matter. So if I'm going to take these and now substitute them into my purple, 6 is equal to A plus B plus C. That's the one I'm plugging into. So I get 6 is equal to A, which is 3, B, which is a negative 2, so it's going to be minus 2 plus C. So 6 is equal to 1 plus C. So C is equal to 5. So I've got my A, which is 3, my B, which is negative 2, and my C, which is 5. So now I'm going to come up to the original equation, y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, and put those in place of my A, my B, and my C. So I'm going to write that, write it in blue, up here at the top. So my answer is going to be y equal A, which is 3, so 3x squared. My B, which is a negative 2, so negative 2x plus 5. And that's your answer. That is our parabola. It has these 3 points satisfying it. So I'm going to do a similar approach with number 2. So again, I am going to be using this equation, y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, and I'm going to be using the points again. So notice here again, my x is a negative 2 and this is a positive 2. I probably will have my 8's canceled out like last time. Doesn't always happen, won't on number 3. So negative 2 comma negative 2, that is going to give me negative 2 is equal to A times negative 2 squared plus B times negative 2 plus C, which I can clean up to negative 2 is equal to 4A minus 2B plus C. And now I'm going to use this 2 comma 10. And so for that 2 comma 10, I am going to get 10 is equal to A times 2 squared plus B times 2 plus C, which I can clean up to 10 is equal to 4A. So you see how I got a 4A and a 4A? That happens when my X's are the same, but one's positive and one's negative. I'm going to get the same coefficient in front of my A. And then I get a plus 2B plus C. And it's very tempting to say, hey, let's get rid of our A's or let's get rid of our B's. It's safest just to get rid of the C's because the C's work every single time. These are nice in this case, but maybe it's not nice in the next equation. So the next equation is 3 comma 23 because I'm using this point here. And so when I do that, I get 23 is equal to A times 3 squared plus B times 3 plus C. Okay, again, plugging them in for my X and Y. And so I get 23 is equal to 9A plus 3B plus C. So you'll notice now here, yeah, my A's would be nice, but now with this, that's not so nice. My B's were nice here, but not so nice here. My C's are always going to be nice because they're always going to be a plus C because there's nothing with my C. There's no X or Y. Okay, so I am going to decide which, so I'm going to eliminate C. And let's say I do it with this top equation. Let's say I multiply this top equation by let me see what I did during class today. I actually did the middle one. So I'll keep it the same. So it's the same as as what we did today in class. So we did it with the one with the 10. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to multiply this one by a -1. And so I'm going to eliminate my C. I'm going to start with my pink equation. I'm just going to rewrite it here. So -2 is equal to 4a minus 2b plus c. And then I'm going to take this purple one, this purple equation here, that I'm going to multiply by a -1, everything here by a -1. So I'm going to get a -10 is equal to a -4a minus 2b minus c. And then I am going to add these two equations together. My c's are going to cancel out. My a's actually going to cancel out again also. So my a's are gone. I get a -4b. My c's are gone. I get b is equal to 3. So I'm going to get b is equal to 3. So now I'm going to use the orange equation I did not use, okay? And I'm going to use the purple one again, also multiplied by -1 still. So I'm going to have 23 is equal to 9a plus 3b plus c. And my purple one again, when I had multiplied by a -1, that's going to give me a -10, a -4a minus 2b minus c. And when I add these together, I'm going to get 13 is equal to 5a plus b. And so at this point, I can take this that I just found for my b and substitute it into here, and I can find my a. So 13 equals 5a plus 3. 10 equals 5a. So 2 is equal to a. So I have that my a is 2, my b is 3, and now I need to find my c. So I can either do it into this pink one, this purple one, or this orange one. We did it into the top one here. So I will do it into the top one. It doesn't matter which one. So if I'm going to substitute this into my pink one, I get -2 is equal to 4 times my a, which is 2. Here, let me just write out the original problem. A minus 2b plus c. Okay, so I'm going to be putting in my a is 2, my b is 3. So I get -2 is equal to 8 minus 6 plus c. So -2 is equal to 2 plus c. I get -4 is equal to c. And so now I'm going to take my a, which is 2, my b, which is 3, and my c, which is -4, and put it into the equation. So I will write this in blue. I'll write it down here. So again, I'm going to have y equal a, which is 2, so 2x squared, b, which is 3, so plus 3x, and then my c, which is -4. And that's my equation of my parabola that has these 3 points. So the last problem, our x's are all different, including the sign. So up here, this was a -2 and a 2. So when I squared this and I squared this, I got 4 in both cases. And up here, this was a -1 and this was a 1. So when I squared -1 and 1, I got 1. So these were the same in both cases. This is not, so we're not going to have 2 variables eliminate like we did. We're going to have to do a little bit more work with this one. So again, we're plugging it into this equation. Okay. And so I'm going to do -1 comma -8. Which is going to be -8 is equal to a times -1 squared plus b times -1 plus c, which I can clean up to -8 equals -1 squared is 1, so it's going to be an a minus b plus c. So now I'm going to do my 2 comma 4. So my 2 comma 4. That's going to be 4 is equal to a times 2 squared plus b times 2 plus c, which cleans up to 4 is equal to 4a plus 2b plus c. And the last one, this 4 comma 2. So if I do 4 comma 2, I end up with 2 is equal to a times 4 squared plus b times 4 plus c, which is 2 is equal to 16a plus 4b plus c. And now I am going to eliminate my c's, okay? It's always the one that's easiest because all I have to do is make one of the equations negative. And so today we made the top one negative, so we multiplied this one by a negative. So let me start with my second equation, my purple one. 4 equals 4a plus 2b plus c. And then I'm going to take my pink one, which when I multiply this by a negative, okay, I'm going to get 8 is equal to negative a plus b minus c. And I'm going to add those together. And I get 12 is equal to 3a plus 3b. I can divide by 3 here, but let's hold off and let's see what we get from our other equations. So now I'm going to take the orange one that I did not use. So 2 equals 16a plus 4b plus c. And I'm going to use that same purple one that we had. Sorry, it was the pink one. I apologize. The pink one that we had multiplied, this top one that we multiplied by -1. So that was an 8 equal negative a plus b minus c. I'm going to add those together and I get 10 is equal to 15a plus 5b. And then my c's are going to cancel. So this is the system that I'm going to be solving now. Okay, I'm going to be solving this 12 equal 3a plus 3b, and this one 10 equal 15a plus 5b. I could divide both of them by a. If I mean, not by a, by 3, and make them smaller. That's what we did in class. I had also suggested that we could take this whole equation, but I'm focused on the 15a. And if I was to divide everything by a -5, I actually would get a -3a, which could cancel with that other one. But we may not always see that. So let me just kind of run through it this way. Let's say I rewrite both of these in a different form. So let's say for this one, I'm going to divide by 3. And so I get 4 is equal to a plus b. And let's say this one I divide by 5. So I get 2 is equal to 3a plus b. And so now I'm going to be solving this system. And so I'm going to take those two equations, okay? And I am going to try to eliminate either the a or the b. I'm thinking the b would be the easiest one to eliminate because I have an a here and a 3a, which is okay. I could have times this by -3. But here I have a b and a b, so I'm just going to make one of them negative. Let's say I make this this one negative here, okay? So let's say I take that one in here. I'm going to write it in green. Let's say I take this one. Oops, not what I wanted. Let's say I take this one, and I'm going to rewrite this one as a -4 is equal to -a minus b. And then let's say the other one, I kept this one here, I kept as is. So that became a 2 equal 3a plus b. I add these two equations together. And when I add them together, I get a -2 is equal to 2a. My b's cancel out, and I get a is equal to -1. So now I'm going to take this and into these equations in here. Let me highlight. either this equation here or this equation here, because I'm not done solving that system. I'm going to be putting in -1 for my A. So I think I'm going to do it into, I'm going to circle it in baby blue. I'm going to do it in this one. Okay. And so I'm going to go 4 is equal to A plus B. And I'm going to put in -1 plus B. I'm going to add 1 and I get B is 5. So now that I have these, I can take my A and my B and I can plug it either into my purple equation, sorry, my pink equation, my purple equation, or my orange. I'm thinking I might do it into the pink equation. So if I'm doing it into this pink equation, I am going to be working out -8 is equal to A, which is -1, minus B. So that means it's going to be a -5 plus C. So I get -8 is equal to -6 plus C. So -2 is equal to C. So I have my A is -1, my B is 5, my C is -2. I'm going to write my final answer in blue up here. So I am going to get y is equal to -1 or just -x squared plus 5b, 5b is my 5, so sorry, 5x minus 2, and that would be your equation. And your homework tonight is exactly like this, 2 problems like this.